Welcome back to The Christian Record. Today we have another song spotlight for the song You're All I Needed. Now that's by the band Allies, and it's off their album Shoulder to Shoulder, which was released in 1987 off of Dayspring Records. And this overall is their third album, but it's the first album on the new label. So they were on Light Records prior to that. And so first one on Dayspring. And Allies, just to kind of give just a brief overview, because we'll talk about them probably more in depth at a later date. But a band formed by Randy Thomas after he basically, when Sweet Comfort Band disbanded. We've talked about them a few times, and once again, probably talk about them again. But so Sweet Comfort Band breaks up, and Randy Thomas, the guitarist from Sweet Comfort Band, forms the new band Allies with vocals by Bob Carlisle. Now, you're probably familiar with him, most famously with his song Butterfly Kisses, but this is nothing like that. Gotta tell you that. This is how Bob Carlisle was meant to sound. Sorry for those who are big fans of Butterfly Kisses. But this song has been in heavy rotation in my playlists ever since it came out. And it features many unique things in it that allow the song to just continue to ramp up from beginning clear through the final notes of the outro. And the message of the song is pretty simple. Just that Jesus has and always will be everything that we need. And so we'll see how that's just pretty well laid out for the lyrics. So let's go through some of the lyrics and the song highlights. It starts out with just a very great guitar chord riff and some reverse drums. Now, reverse drums in the 80s were kind of popular with several groups, probably most notably with Nothing But a Good Time from Poison, and even White Lion used the reverse drums. And so that was kind of something that I'm not sure why they just stopped using them. Maybe they thought it was overused, or they thought it was too gimmicky. I actually still like them. It gives that extra kind of reverb sound on the drums. So you got the song beginning with the great guitar riff and the reverse drums. And then as the guitar riff continues, the bass line and the kick drum layer on top of that as it leads into the opening lines of the verse. And then when you do get to the opening lines of the verse, there's a little bit of a keyboard that's also layered in there on top of that, kind of giving you that little spice to go with it. But it's definitely still very much a guitar-led song. And as I mentioned, a little bit of a simplicity as far as the message is concerned. So when you get to the lyrics themselves, there's the line, cut and dried, black and white, clear as day, you're all I need. And then it continues, you were there every mile, all the while looking out for me. And so you can see that pretty much the message is very clear, cut and dried, black and white. Then just before the chorus comes in, that part, looking out for me, they add a little bit of an echo on there, and the reverb, which emphasizes that part as Bob Carlisle repeats that phrase, looking out for me. And then he comes in with his semi-scream, I gotta tell you. So as it goes into the chorus, it's obviously got really strong, tight harmonies that are emphasizing the main phrase, you're all I needed, you're everything I needed and more. And then as it goes into the second verse, it kind of gives the implication that maybe at some point we kind of doubt a little bit about that, and that maybe we forget to rely on Christ. And so it talks about learning how to and remembering how to rely on Christ and remember that He is everything that we need. As it goes through the chorus one more time, Bob screams "guitar" and leads into Randy Thomas's guitar solo, which features kind of starting out a little bit simplistic, but then builds and builds and builds, and has squeals, growls, whammy bar in there, and so it's got a little bit of everything in that solo. Ending with a little bit of a kind of whistling sound on the guitar, which transitions into more of a human sounding. I don't know if it's actually done by humans or if it's done by keyboard, but the whistling sound that you would hear when someone's trying to get your attention. And that's exactly what they want to do here. They want to get your attention for the chorus again, that you're all I needed, you're everything I needed, and more. And so there's additional heavy reverse drums there again, along with the main guitar line that comes back in. Then if that's not enough in this song, there's a part coming up there that Bob counts off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And everybody loves a good count off, especially if in live shows, where they got the sticks from the drummer banging together. And so a good count off, 1, 2, 3, 4, leading back into the chorus that's, repeated as the song is looking to kind of fade out. And, but it's not over yet. Just as you think it's looking to wind down and end how a song might normally end with a fade out, Bob comes in and shouts, "Hey, hey," and Randy begins shredding, and more squeals and whistles with the guitar, and Bob comes back in with his vocal kind of an ad-lib that says, "Hey, I believe it," and it starts in a lower octave, and then he doubles up and an octave higher and repeats that again, and then kind of adds some more echo and reverb to that voice as he finishes his high end part of that, and then it just goes crazy nuts with Randy Thomas just shredding and shredding as the song goes towards the end. But is that enough? No. We need to double up the bass, double up the kick drum, and just take off like going crazy nuts. And so you can imagine this being in concert, that it would just go and go and go, with solos being a great spot right there to have drum solos and bass solos and extra guitar solos, and just keep going for days on that end. So this is just a straight up rocker that still hits home today, and obviously great musically, and still strong musically and lyrically. And if you've never heard the song, I just encourage you to take a listen to this song front to back, and you'll see why it still holds up and just gets you going, wants you to sing along. And if you are familiar with the song, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, your experiences, if you saw them live, things like that. So leave your comments. Remember to like and subscribe so that the algorithm can get pushed out and others can get this content. And I will see you in the next episode.